The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour.
ChatGPT did become the world's most downloaded non-gaming app.
Literally the job of everyone in government to address the media and the public.
What are your thoughts, audience? What are your thoughts on Zandy Silva as the deputy PLP leader?
A community that can't feed itself is a community that doing.
What you may not know, though, is that Bermuda, we have a connection with Epstein, too.
Things that people are doing right, the youth are doing right, that is not being advertised enough.
When you see your access to U.S. dollars disappear, that's when you have a problem.
You've got a town in the UK with a similar sized population. This place absolutely outshines it.
It's Wednesday, the 18th day of February 2026. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical House Lindos, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 107.5. Big up to them for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. I'm Jamal Hartman, and we'll have a news break from Teo Dill in a bit. How's everyone feeling today? Everyone good? It's hump day. It's the middle of the traditional work week. Hopefully everyone is feeling good about this week and, having a great week so far. Still a bit to go. Greetings, everyone, and thanks for making this part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome a Bermudian entertainer, artist, versatile singer, Aalai Wolffe, coming onto the show. Looking forward to hearing about her journey into this space. Really love celebrating Bermudians in this space. So get your questions and comments ready as we get ready to welcome. And if you've never heard her music, trust me, it is versatile and she has such an incredible voice. So looking forward to the conversation with Aalai. The daily play is going to be music today. Yeah, we're going to ask you a music question. And I know you all going to say, Jamal, you say this all the time today. But folks, this is the easiest question you will have this week. The easiest question. By a show of hands, anyone in the audience a fan of R&B music? Anyone out there a fan of R&B music? If you're a fan of, say, 90s R&B, then you should have no problem getting the answer to today's daily play. All right? Alrighty, folks, please don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Audience, also, please, if you can, join me on Sunday, this Sunday, 9 a.m. at Powell's. We're going to do the Powell's Walk on Sunday together. Go sign up today, folks. Let me share what the link is. Give me a second. I got to get you the link. So you want to, I'll share it in the what's this thing called? The comments. But if you can sign up, come walk with me. Let's walk and talk together. All right. It's this Sunday. And I'll say this. I've said it before. Until my mother was in need, until our family, until we were in need of pals, I didn't understand how important they were. So if you are free, if you can take one Sunday off from church, please join us for the 38th annual walk this Sunday, February 22nd. And if you're unable to walk, there's a virtual option. All right. So I look forward to seeing you out there and engaging with you. And it might be hard for me to talk, and walk because I might be out of breath. I'm not in the best condition, right? But just join us if you can, all right? I did ask if some of you were R&B fans from the 90s, and Dr. Anthony Richardson said yes. We got Sean Smith says yes. And good morning to you, Tanika Eve and Claire Warner and James Burgess. Good morning, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Here are your questions of the morning. Let's get right into it. We've got What are your thoughts on the decline in tourism numbers? And do you think increased tourism spend means tourism is doing better? Oh, how did we get here? Well, I was sent, like the rest of the media, we were sent, the tourism numbers. So we've got a new tourism data. We've got new tourism data on the table, and it's the kind of story that feels both good and bad at the same time. The Bermuda Tourism Authority is reporting that visitor arrivals are down about 10%, 9.8, but somehow the total visitor spending has increased, hitting around $550 million. That sounds good, right? More money coming in. But before we break out the celebration, let's unpack what that really means. Yes, fewer people came. That's a clear decline in volume. But the ones who did come spent more overall. On its face, that sounds positive until you think about what's actually driving that increased spending. Is it that visitors are spending more because they are enjoying more experiences, dining more, staying longer? Or is it that higher costs driven by inflation and rising prices across lodging, dining, attractions, and transportation are forcing visitors to spend more just to get the same services? Because if everything costs more, not because of demand, but because the price of living has gone up for everyone, that's a different story. And it's nothing to celebrate. In other words, spending can go up even while visits go down because travel and tourism have become more expensive. That can mask weaker demand and leave us with an industry that's less accessible to broader markets. So for Bermudians, this matters in more ways than one. It affects job security and hospitality. Fewer visitors can mean fewer hours and fewer opportunities. It affects local businesses that depend on foot traffic, restaurants, shops, tours, especially if visitors are being more selective with what they choose to spend on. It affects everyday life. When inflation pushes cost of living for residents, higher tourism prices don't help the average Bermudian household. They just don't. So the real question isn't whether spending is up, it's why it's up and what that says about the health of our tourism product and our broader economy. Are we becoming a destination that only the wealthiest can afford? Is demand shrinking because of stronger competition elsewhere? Or have we simply priced ourselves out of reach for many repeat visitors? Think about it, folks. Tourism arrivals down approximately 10%. Bad news. What they're selling us as good news is that spend is up. We have to go beyond the surface, folks. People, there was this saying that people used to always say that annoyed the crap out of me. They used to always say, and I haven't heard it in a while because people are finally getting it. They used to say, numbers don't lie. And as I always say when people say that, numbers may not lie, but you can get those numbers to tell any story you're trying to sell if you really, really wanted to. So we have to go beyond the surface and really ask ourselves the why, the hows. Our daily discussion is brought to you by our friends at Titan Express and Secure. Audience, what are your thoughts on the decline in tourism numbers? And do you think increased tourism spend means tourism is doing better? Well, yeah, Suzanne, cost of living's up. Of course, the spend's going to be up, right? Monty BDA says, not good numbers. Costs are up. Business traveler numbers were down. Cruise ship visitors were down. Air visitors numbers were down. Lipstick on. I think we might be wrong on that. I believe visitor numbers for cruise, I'm looking at it right now. Cruise numbers were up no, sorry, you're right. Sorry about that. They were down. Yes, they were down. They were at 460. Sorry, Monty BDA. This is why I fact checked before I just blurt it out. But yeah, 2024 cruise numbers were 535. 2025, 467. So yes, you're correct. My apologies. That said, the trend that really concerns me with the Bermuda Tourism Authority, and let me state this. The government is like the police, right? The government doesn't control the police. And if we're honest, the government doesn't necessarily control the Bermuda Tourism Authority. They supply the funds for both organizations. So I want to be unbiased, I want to treat them the exact same. But if I'm the Minister of Tourism, I might start asking some questions. Because you see the lavish stuff on social media that they share. They're out doing this, they're out doing that. Look, folks, there's some very hardworking people in the Bermuda Tourism Authority, and no one's questioning that. What we're questioning is hard work doesn't always equate to success. There are, 30 NBA teams, 20 Premier League teams. Let's use Premier League, in English football Premier League. I believe all 20 of those teams train hard, work hard. They do. They're professionals. But the team in first place, Arsenal, and the team in 20th place, Wolves, are not the same. They have completely different results. I'm comparing Bermuda Tourism Authority to Wolves in 20th place. You work hard, you do things. It's just not equating to the success that we're looking for at this time, especially due to the budget that you receive. We see the flashiness. We see you having these cocktail parties and dinners and different events, but we don't see any success coming behind that. The Bermuda Tourism Authority's mandate is heads in beds. So he missed me with the cruise ship stuff. So when I see this decline in visitor numbers, and they started to spin when Hembury and Isley and Dallas and them were there. They started to spin then, focusing on visitor spend. I wouldn't say it started with them, but they certainly pushed it a lot. It's funny because Dr. Ewart Brown's numbers were not much different as far as air arrivals when he was the tourism minister. But yet he took a lot of flack. I saw a comment yesterday about, bring Kevin Dallas back, hasn't been good since. That's the greatest white lie ever told. BTA has been horrible since. They just did a great job of selling things, making believe. Look at the numbers. I'm looking at them right here, folks. And we don't ask enough questions. We don't ask questions like, okay, how many of these visitors did the BTA pay to bring here? We don't ask those kind of questions. You know that doc that everyone was mad at Dr. Ewart Brown for? The BTA, the same way how we say that, the PLP are out there traveling through an airport that they protested against. Well, the OVA, BTA, UBP, whoever, certainly takes credit for cruise ship visitors. In 2019, 2018, and the Bermuda Tourism Authority reported 771,000 and 808,000 visitors. But when you look at the details, none of these years were better than 2007, where it was sort of 664,000 and 555,000. If you look at the air arrivals audience, all I'm asking to do, right? You all know, I come on this show to speak clearly and with an unbiased perspective. And why I try to do that is to connect with you all and to make sure that you're thinking and looking beyond the surface. Because people will have you believe that during the America's Cup and those BTA early years, Bermuda tourism was booming. No, Bermuda tourism, if it was booming, it was in the 80s. Bermuda tourism was not, according to their own numbers, was not even doing better than Dr. Ewart Brown's years. That's fact. Now, they're going to say, well, no, we got hundreds of dollars or more. That's cruise ship visitors. The same, war that you all were against. And that's not the mandate of the Bermuda Tourism Authority. Audience, yes or no? Do you think increased tourism spend means tourism is doing better? And what are your thoughts on the decline in tourism numbers? How do you feel about it? Do you think that, Bermuda should just leave tourism alone? Let's go to the audience. We've got WKD Lama says the spending will be concentrated. Less Bermudians will benefit from the increased spending. Okay. Dr. Anthony Richardson says there is Louis Vuitton and Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Just because you spend more on the Louis Vuitton doesn't mean it's better quality. Yeah. Monty BDA says when half the dang hotel inventory is decrepit, I think that's how you pronounce it, this is what you get. Well, we've got WKD Lama says based on available data, projections indicate that tourist spending in Haiti was approximately $620 million, according to macro trends data for 2025. Bermuda is legitimately bottom of table. We've got Dr. Anthony Richardson. He says we need to look hard at the Bermuda tourism products. Spending top dollar for a hotel which has rusty pipes and rusty water, Southampton Princess pre-new makeover, may get the tourists in for a one-off occasion, but it doesn't mean the tourists will return. Okay. BDA Horse Trainer says Trump's policies have potential tourists holding back unless they're financially secure. Remember, our tourists mostly come from larger East Coast cities that didn't vote for Trump. So that's what Trump policy is making people not travel to Bermuda. Which one? I help me out. I'm being genuine in asking that. What Trump policy would? I understand Trump policies can benefit Bermudians, like get more Canadians to come to Bermuda versus going to Florida, more people from outside the U.S. to travel to Bermuda instead of going to the U.S. But how would Trump's policies be hurting visitors from the Northeast from coming to Bermuda? Help me understand that one, Bermuda Horse Trainer. I don't get that one. Folks, this is your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Again, questions of the morning. What are your thoughts on the decline in tourism numbers? And do you think increased tourism spend means tourism is doing better? What are your thoughts on that? Give it to us. Let us know. We've got Polly Rich over on Instagram says, no, it doesn't. It means the opposite to me. What more we have to offer? Okay. What more we have to offer? Okay. Charles H. Jeffs II, he says, if there was a concerted effort to convert cruise passengers to air visitors, then touting cruise numbers would be meaningful, as the more in the funnel, the better it could be for Bermuda. Well, that's laziness of hotels, in my opinion. Charles, I felt that way for years, that Bermuda should be putting a great effort into turning cruise visitors into long-term guests, repeat guests. If I was in a hotel, maybe that would be my strategy. Like once those people get off in Dockyard, hey, look, first time in Bermuda, give them something, sell them on something. Your next visit, 2 days on us or one night on us or something. I mean, get creative, right? And the hotels will say, well, the cruise visitors aren't the people that we're trying to attract. What do we say? Suzanne Ingham says, no, I don't think tourism is doing well. I think the wrong people in charge. I mean, elected Mr. Jeffers. I think it's Mr. Jeffers in the group to be the head of tourism. Do we have target numbers? Says Michael Daniels. Yeah, they have target numbers. What they are, that's internal. But I'll say this much, I want Bermuda tourism to do well, because if Bermuda tourism does well, that means more people eat, more Bermudians able to survive and live and enjoy Bermuda life, right? But we have a long way to go. I mean, the Bermuda Tourism Authority it's a circus. They just made the same mistake again. They're in search of a CEO, but yet you name a chief sales and marketing officer and an HR person before the CEO. Like, that's not how things are supposed to work. So because of that, it's almost like the board is the CEO. So now a CEO comes in and has no say in building their team. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Same mistakes. I really want Bermuda tourism to do well. I do. I am genuine about that. But it can't do well if they keep doing the same things over and over, making the same mistakes. And I know some of you like, oh, I have family members that work in there and I don't want to see that. We all do. I have people I love who work in there. That doesn't mean we don't hold them accountable, right? Goes back to that thing in our community where we have a problem holding those we love accountable. We like liking their posts when they putting up these nice fancy champagne pictures and at these events and stuff. But hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. We've got Monty BDA says, U.S. traveler decision. Go to an all-inclusive for half the price with a direct flight, easy transportation, great nightlife, or spend double in Bermuda on half Afrit a la carte, overpriced accommodations, and lack of things to do. Where I got to wait for a taxi to go anywhere or rent a glorified buggy or dangerous 50cc with rusty brakes to get around. I think he just shared a very horrible experience in Bermuda. Charles H. Jefferson II says, there was a proposed plan in early 2022, but there was a leadership change before it was put in place. Well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It really is. Audience, just a yes or no before we go into the news break. Do you think increased tourism spend means tourism is doing better? Just a yes or no, folks. This is your daily discussion brought to you by our friends at Titan Express and Secure. We are going to show some love to Titan Express and Secure. After that, we will go to the Daily Hour news break, then our first commercial break. Then we've got Aalai Wolffe, very talented young lady, coming on to discuss her journey. So you don't want to miss that. Let's show some love to Titan Express and Secure.
The daily discussion is brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Titan Express delivers safe, professional, and reliable transportation and tours across the island. From island tours to cultural experiences, they set the standard. And Secure is your go-to for property management, waste management, and residential and commercial services. Visit securebda.com. Professional, punctual, and reliable service is their commitment to you.
Alrighty, let's go to the Daily Hour news break with Teo Dill.
Good morning, I'm Teo Dill, and welcome to your TDH News Break brought to you by the great folks at Peoples. From prescriptions to daily essentials, Peoples Pharmacy is where wellness begins and community grows together. According to the newly released Bermuda Digest of Statistics for 2025, there are three numbers that really jump off the page. First, Bermuda's population continues to decline, with the year-end estimate falling again in 2024 to about 63,179. That trend matters because a shrinking population affects everything from workforce capacity to government revenue. Second, and arguably the most alarming, live births hit a record low. The Digest reports just 425 births in 2024, the lowest figure recorded going all the way back to 1940. That's not just a short-term dip, that's long-term demographic warning signs. And third, school enrollment dropped again, falling to 8,289 students in 2024, another record low. Fewer students today means fewer young Bermudians entering the workforce tomorrow, and that reality is going to ripple through the economy for years. Those three statistics together tell a really clear story. Bermuda's getting smaller, aging faster, and facing real long-term pressure on its future labor supply. Now, if it helps at all, Bermuda is not alone in this. In fact, these trends are broadly reflected throughout the developed world.
According to Resolution Foundation, while deaths briefly outnumbered the births during the COVID-19 pandemic and again in 2023, the population still grew marginally due to migration. From 2026, any population growth is expected to come entirely from net migration, ending a demographic pattern that has existed for more than a century. The shift reflecting broader trends across Europe and the developed world, with falling birth rates and aging populations reshaping long-term growth prospects.
And in other national data-centric news, the Bermuda Tourism Authority published their annual results for last year, and it's a mixed bag as far as positives and negatives go. Visitors from Canada was a standout, with arrivals hitting around 20,000 visitors, up 26% compared to 2024, and Canadian visitor spending climbing to 38.9 million, up another 20%. On the U.S. side, full-year service out of Newark helped steady the ship, but seasonal flight reductions from Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Boston softened leisure travel later in the year. That said, the biggest headline is spending. Total visitor spending last year reached $550 million, a 3.5% increase over 2024, up about $18 million overall. Air visitor spending dipped slightly due to fewer arrivals, but cruise visitor spending jumped and helped carry the total, making 2025 a solid year financially for the tourism economy. And shout out to Northlands Primary School for successfully hosting their 4th annual Inventors Day, where students were able to share their best ideas with their classmates in particular and the world in general, as explained here by Principal Dr. Holly Richardson.
We're really excited. All of our students from P1 through P6 have had the opportunity to either research an inventor and do a little project on them, or they can come up with their own original invention.
My invention is called the Gole Glove Dry Master 6-7, and it helps my glove. It dries my gloves quicker than putting it in my bag. I'm a goalie and I need to dry them.
This is the silent help slider, so it helps people, because if people don't want to raise their hand, they can just move this. So green is I'm okay, yellow is I need help, blue is I need to take a break, and yellow is can you please slow down.
Also, if you found yourself hitting reload over and over and over and over again last night trying to wind down, relax, and watch some YouTube, it wasn't your problem, wasn't your fault, wasn't your phone, wasn't your TV. The biggest video streaming service on the planet suffered a major outage yesterday evening, with users worldwide reporting that the platform was down for several hours. Viewers couldn't load videos, access their accounts, or even browse the homepage before service was restored, leaving hundreds of millions of people around the planet staring at error screens. At the time of this recording, neither YouTube nor its parent company has publicly explained what caused the outage. And as far as the weather's concerned, today's got that back to normal type energy. High pressure should be definitely back in control today, with a mix of sun and cloud running through this evening. Winds stay light and variable early, turning southwesterly this afternoon, then picking up tonight to moderate to strong out of the west-southwest. The high should be around 66 degrees, low near 62, while by late tonight, you may notice a few extra cloudy spells rolling through as that boundary lingers off to our north. And that's your TDH News Break, brought to you by our friends at Peoples. I'm Teo Dill. Now back to the show.
Man, that was a cool story with those young students, wasn't it, audience? That was really cool to see them, like the excitement and creating things that they like and so on. May that continue, man, because we, when we're young, our minds, right, just take us places. And then as we got older, it's almost like we're redirected away from what we're interested in and into what society tells us is needed. That makes sense? Like, don't go be a dancer or don't go be a musician. You need to go and learn how to do this job, right, to fit into society. But I love that. Thanks so much for that, Teo. Also, that concerning birth rate thing. I read something on the internet the other day. I don't know how true, but it was like the only place that births are booming is the continent of Africa. So interesting. All right, real quickly, days of the year. It's Thumb Appreciation Day, so thumbs up, I guess. It's National Drink Wine Day. It's National Battery Day. It's Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. It's Ash Wednesday. You know what? Let's go with the ice cream thing. Audience, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Your favorite flavor of ice cream? I don't eat dairy ice cream, but I'm going to go with like cookies and cream. Yeah, you can't go wrong with cookies and cream. Let us know what your favorite ice cream is real quickly before we take our break and then get ready to bring our very special guest, Aalai, in. So I don't really take things out the group chat, but I have to today. So I've been shaving my head since January 1st. First time, whatever, because I was spending like $200 something a month on going to the barber. And I'm like, man, that's me trying to be responsible, fiscally responsible. Anyway, so I put in the group chat and I tagged the other bold dudes in the group chat yesterday. I tagged them. I said, hey, fellas, how do you go about shaving? How do you avoid bumps? Like, what do you use? All that there. So we're having a nice conversation. I'm learning I thought like shaving was like going to the barber every 2 weeks. I'm like, why does my hair keep growing back? I just shaved it. So guys are like, oh no, you gotta do it like every 2 days at least. And hot towel, do this, do that. And then of course, the Rasta and the men with the long hair just had to enter the conversation. Having a laugh like we're not having like a bonding moment about our boldness. Folks, I felt discriminated against by the brothers who were blessed to still have their hairlines. All that to say, I don't make New Year's resolutions, but folks, I am mad that I didn't learn how to shave my own head and I got the tools to do my own face. I'm mad I didn't do this sooner. So if you're looking to have more money at your disposal, figure some things out on your own. We'll take a break. We come back. We've got Aalai Wolffe, and I'll try to figure out what your favorite flavor of ice cream is. Cookies and cream over here.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Take a look at our workbook for construction workers and tradesmen. Durable, stretchable in all the right places and plenty of options for tools and accessories. Paired with our wide range of tough and comfortable footwear, you can't go wrong. As you can see, Medical House really is a one-stop shop for everybody. We can't wait to see you.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
Discover Drop It, your go-to grocery delivery. Browse and select from a wide range of groceries, from fresh produce to daily essentials. Our friendly drivers deliver fresh groceries to your door fast, saving you time and hassle. With Drop It, you get fresh groceries delivered fast so you can focus on what really matters. Drop It, freshness at your doorstep, delivered to your door with Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
What lasts isn't what you buy, but what it becomes. With the HSBC MasterCard credit card, every spend quietly adds to a story shaped by intention and offers what matters most. Support that meets you where you are. Protection that preserves what you choose. Confidence for the unexpected. Peace of mind wherever your story leads. Start your next chapter. Use your card today. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
What if the age that really matters isn't the one on your ID? You probably know your chronological age, the number of candles on your last birthday cake. But there's another kind of age that may be even more important, your biological age. This reflects how old your body truly is at the cellular level. It is influenced by your genes, your environment, and the choices you make every day. Two people can both be 40 years old on paper, but one may have the body of a healthy 30-year-old, while the other is biologically closer to 50. The difference? Lifestyle choices on nutrition, sleep, stress, exercise, and exposure to toxins. That means you have some control over your biological clock, and that's exactly what makes it so powerful. Because when it comes to aging, it's not just about living longer, it's about living better. Want to know your predicted biological age today? Download the free Carry Genetics app and fill in the lifestyle questionnaire.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Big Show. Jamel Hartman here. This is the Daily Hour, brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical House, Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 1075 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio areas with these most important community conversations. Folks, do not forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Do not forget, this Sunday, February 22nd. Join me as we do the Pals Walk together, raise money. It's an incredible organization. As you know me, I only get involved with things that I believe in, that I connect with. And Pals, it's one of those organizations you hope you never need. But if you do, you want to know that they're able to assist you. The more people that are able to do the walk, whether it's virtual or in person, the more people who they are able to help. So just keep that in mind. All right. Before we went to break, I did ask, what's your favorite ice cream? Traveling Charlie says, well, I think she means butter pecan. I don't know if the Butterfields have a pecan, but butter pecan. We've got chocolate chip, says Nicole Walker. Pistachio, says Dr. Anthony Richardson. Chocolate and cookies and cream, says Kathy Sumner. Sheikha Reyna says strawberry and cookies and cream. Charles H. Jeffs II says chocolate chip, cookie dough, and ice cream. Rum and raisin, Kathy Sumner. Butter pecan, but I also enjoy trying the random new made-up flavors. Variety is the spice of life, says Catrice Ackerman. Mint chip, Ross Maven. All right, mint chip. We've got, mine is coffee. My wife's Bailey's Bermuda banana, and my son is shouting out mint ting-a-ling. All right, folks. Let's. We've got a rum raisin from Ramon Smith. We've got chocolate peanut butter ripple from Pablo. Folks, we've got a very special guest. Let's find out what our guest, Aalai Wolffe. I just remember the first time I heard her first song. I don't know if it was her first song, but Letter. And I was like, who's that? I asked it on this show, and I believe it was Mark Arthur and some others. That's Boots' daughter, and there's only one Bootsy. And you know you're large when, people just know you by your nickname, don't even know your first name. And I was like, man. And then last year, her versatility. I thought this was a ballad singing young lady like Celine Dion. And then she hits you with that Alison Hines. And I was just blown away. So I am thankful that she's accepted our invite to come on this show, engage with all of us, and share a bit about her journey. So let's give a warm TDH welcome to Bermudian entertainer, artist, singer, Aalai Wolffe.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Hello, welcome.
Thank you for
I
having
thought you
me.
were breaking song just now. I thought you were just going to give us a little,
I do sing a little when I speak. I thought you were going to ask me what my favorite ice cream flavor
Oh, I
is.
am. I want you to
Okay.
tell us. Come on now. What you got? Let me take a guess. It's not rum raisin.
No.
Is it something fancy that is not normal? Like, are you a cookie dough person?
No. So I also eat non-dairy ice cream. So this So Delicious brand, but they have a s'mores. So it's got like vanilla, it's got like marshmallow whipped through it, like some chocolate chip. Try that one.
I'm not going to give it away. I'm not saying I have it in my freezer right now or anything, but So Delicious brand's on point, folks.
You
It's
know it.
on point. All right.
Mhm.
You know what type of ice cream she likes, folks. Ice cream party coming up. Aalai, thank you so much for doing this. Seriously, I said that story about, the song Letter. I was just like, wow, what a beautiful voice, a Bermudian. Like, we're playing it. And then last year, you just popped up with like a whole different vibe, which just told us like, this is a star right here. But take us back. When did you first start?
Baby steps. Probably in my mom's room, My mom, every mom be playing the oldie goldies, the 70s, the Donna Summer, Shaka Khan's, when she's cleaning on Sunday, she makes you clean with her. But from that, that's where I kind of got a feel for music, I think. My dad would sing a lot. I think it was kind of in our blood. And then as I got a little bit older, I have two brothers. So one brother is rap, Ludacris, Young Jeezy, all of that. The other brother is more of neo soul, the Erica Badu's and things like that. So Jill Scott's. So I think I was just surrounded by a lot of different genres in a lot of time periods. So for me, I just wanted to learn, oh, what's that? I danced. So learning to dance either to the beat or learning to dance to the lyrics, I needed to learn the lyrics. So I think just trying to learn something new and got a little groove to it. And it just grew from there.
Well, see, singing is one thing, right? But stage presence is totally different. I'll give you an example. So for me, I get nervous being in front of a crowd. When I get asked to host things, it takes me a bit to warm up. Being behind this, I feel like it's just you and me. Even though people are tuned in, this mic is saving me from having people looking directly at me. Speak to us about how, not just vocally, but in confidence and stage presence. Like, how did that come?
It's a good question. I was involved in a few drama groups. So I did Troika. I was doing Troika when I started at around 14. Before that I did the pantomime. So majority of those I was in the ensemble. So the ensemble was the support cast. So from there I think that's where I learned a bit more stage presence. It is different from being in a group cast and then being in a main role. But I like to draw similarities between my creative life and my 9 to 5 life. So I work in administration, I've worked in customer service. So in order to do those roles, you have to be present, you have to be able to speak to people, you have to talk to people. So knowing that I would be present in both scenarios, it's just a different type of presence, if you know what I mean. When I meet people recently with work, working on a campaign, and pretty much I tell everyone, talk to me like I'm a family member. So I try to talk to people like you're a family member or you're a friend, or how can I get to know you first? Which is why I said you didn't ask me my ice cream flavor. That was building a personal connection. So I think that's how I kind of do it.
Yeah. And I know audience are going to start asking, can you play one of her songs? And like we used to tell Rusty when he would come on, folks, because this is internet based, we'll get shut down because we don't have the rights to play the music. So what we will do is direct you to her music, but trust me, you will not be disappointed. Honestly, we'll direct you there. All right. But let's talk about the tough stuff. Getting into the entertainment space can look glamorous and people just see the performances and the like, but there's a lot of sacrifices behind the scenes, like especially when you're age, like the practice, what goes into it. What have been some of the toughest challenges you've had to navigate so early in your career?
FOMO. Everybody likes to say that there's nothing to do in Bermuda, but there is. It's always something to do. So having to either miss out on a celebration or miss out on friends being and family. I miss a lot of things because I'm preparing for something bigger. And delayed gratification was a big lesson as well, knowing that the work that I'm putting in now, I may not see the fruits of that until months down the line or a few years down the line. So those were two things that I had to navigate, and also being comfortable knowing that I can't go here, I can't go there, hoping that my friends understand, hoping that my family understands, hoping, okay, it'll be another event to go to, or I don't need to go on that trip. So those two, the delayed gratification is a big one. That's probably my biggest lesson.
Indeed. And you know what's crazy? When we had Flora Duffy on the show, she literally said the same thing. She's like, she doesn't get to attend like even holidays with her family because of friends, misses weddings, misses Christmas dinner because she's got to be training. And I don't think people understand enough like the sacrifices that have been made. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, for sure.
I spoke about your versatility again. I mean, from Celine to Alison Hines, right? And folks, if you, by us audience, let me know, yes or no, have you heard of any of Aalai's music? And if you haven't, it's okay because we're going to get you there. But just let us know, yes or no, have you heard of music? But you're known for your versatility across the genres, right? And in different performance settings. How important would you say that flexibility is in today's music landscape to be able to sing different genres?
It's very important. I do believe that you should be flexible. You're just exercising a new muscle. So for me, going from singing R&B ballads with letter and then testing the waters with 6 Feet, I wrote that during COVID about the pandemic. That had a bit more groove to it. And then saying, hey, let me do a little soca thing. That caused me to be able to work outside my comfort zone. And I think that opened, if not a window or a door of another opportunity. So I think you should always be well-rounded. You don't know what you can do until you try. you may not be able to do everything perfectly, but if you're working towards something, it's a good thing. So flexibility in anything, I think, is important. In music, there's no yes or no to art. Art isn't defined by one thing. I mean, trap music was birthed from, I don't even know, rap and something else. Then you
Mhm.
have a new genre. You know, we don't, it doesn't, art doesn't fit into a category. It's whatever you create. So I think that's where the flexibility is paired with that.
I love that. I love that. Let's go to the audience. The audience has some questions for you. So let's go
Sure.
with Charles H. Jeff the second. He says, like, who are some of Aalai's favorite Bermudian artists, past or present?
I like the Tolbert brothers. She has freckles on her butt. She is nice. Isn't it Tolbert brothers? It's Tolbert brothers. My mom would sing that all the time. So that would be my favorite Bermudian artist. That would be probably past. Present, I would say I really enjoy Kaylin Castle. I think Kaylin's made some great strides. Um, Fire Rain, you know, my Soca guys, Rain, I also love as well, and Photogenic. I think we're still creating more local artists,
Mhm.
and I'm hopeful that as I create, more people want to create so that we have more names, and then maybe we're the ones that are people saying to other people, who's your favorite artist, past and present, and our names come up as some of those.
Yeah. Well, what when I mean, it's been a short career so far as where we believe you'll go. But
Mm.
what are some standout performances or milestones that you've experienced so far?
Born last summer at Carafesta. So that was my first international performance in Barbados, representing Bermuda. So that was a standout. That was my first live performance with the band as well. So I had to pivot really easily. I needed to be adaptable and go in and just do it. I'd say a milestone was also performing Dum Dada for the first time at Family Fat last summer for the Soca competition. So that was big. And then Gombe Festival, there were so many videos I was being sent from parents with their little ones singing the song. And I think Gombe Festival was probably the first performance I had that I had a much younger audience, and just those are my favorite.
Yeah. Well, when music is art, and through
Mhm.
art, you know, we've gone from music being a movement, cultures, and you seeing different, as you said, genres birthed out of different other genres.
Mm.
What do you hope that your music does for people?
Leaves a lasting impression. I think that with music, I could probably tie the name of a song or the rhythm of a song or melody of a song to a moment. I think the nostalgia, so I could say, okay, this song is connected to this time in my life. My main goal is to ensure that my music is timeless. It can be played by any age, and at any period of time, it'll always feel a way. So I know Ladder has been a song that has connected with a lot of people who are newly in love, or newly married, or engaged, or have been married for a long time, and knowing that that's how they express love to one another. And that's a song that will continue on and on and on, and it'll always be that love song.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As you were speaking about it, we're gonna try it right now. But audience, bear with us. Hopefully, it comes through. But speak to us about the instruments. And I mean, this song, folks, it's just it's so mature as well. What was going through your mind when you were making this?
Waking up to you is beautiful. When I wrote Ladder, I was I was writing a ladder, actually, which is that's where it's come from. So the inspiration came from, again, Akeem, my brother who loves rap, 50 Cent. 21 questions. If I wrote you a love letter, would you write back? That's where that came from. So I kind of felt like, if I were to tell someone how I feel, what would I say? And that's how I wrote it, as a letter.
Mm.
And that letter turned into a song.
And there's a
So I,
video. The
yeah,
video. speak to the video because, folks, again, this is not just a sing. This is like when I said entertainer, like this. The video is just adds so much value to the voice. Speak to us about what went into that video.
So the music video, we actually shot that during COVID. We shot it at the St. David's Battery. And in the video, there is a male suitor, I guess you could say. People know who it is now, but you can't really see his face. And the reason I mapped that video like that is because I wanted people to be able to put their significant other in that space. I didn't want it to be it's between him and I, because Bring Me the Small is on, everybody knows everybody. But I wanted the video to be in black and white because I do like the vintage effect. I had the greens and the yellows and the neutral tones. Those are just brand colors for me. But I wanted, like I said, I wrote it as a love letter to someone that I would express my love to. I don't know who they are. Have I met them before? I don't know. So I wanted to leave that open, and I wanted the video to be something that someone digests and say, "Oh, I could see that being my somebody," because I can't put they can't put a face to it. That's how
You
that
know
came
what?
about.
You know what really has me smiling is that from such a small country, the talent that Bermuda has, the like the creativity. As you're talking, like folks, I don't know if you're gonna. She's a storyteller. Like she's taking you on a ride in terms of how she created this, it came about, and I really appreciate. And because of that, I'm so confident that we're gonna get some more stories and music and things that we can appreciate. Charles Jefferson II, he says, I have had a vision for a Bermudian artist compilation project that could be used to market Bermuda authentically. Is this something Aalai would be interested in it being part of?
That could be a possibility. If you'd like, sir, you could send an email to booking@alaism.com and we can chat.
All right, all right. We've got Christine Ackerman that no, she hasn't heard your music, but I'm in the US and out of touch with new music. I'll definitely check her out. She has a nice speaking voice and radiant presence. I look forward to
Thank
listening
you.
soon. Love the curls. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a good question. Katrice Ackerman asking, does Aalai play an instrument as well? Is her music on all streaming services?
Aalai does not play an instrument. If I were to say my voice is my instrument, I've tried it. I tried guitar. When I was in middle school, my mom bought me this really pink, bubblegum pink guitar, and I tried. It was a no. But yes, my music is on all streaming services, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Instagram Music. It is everywhere.
Yeah. Let's go back to the audience. So I did ask earlier, has anyone heard your music? And we got Traveling Trotty said yes. Suzanne Ingham said no. James Berger said no, I haven't heard her sing. And Charles A. Sharp said, I have not heard her music. I hope to change that today. I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying this just because she's in the room, but once you hear her music, you're going to understand why I'm cheesing and excited. You all know from, I mean, I remember Rusty came on with the first song him and Fireland did, and the way I was giddy over that, because I love to see people from small town Bermuda releasing high quality stuff. I do. And her music, if you didn't know she was Bermudian, you would think it's just someone from New York or Atlanta. And that's how it's supposed to be. Like, that's the quality of the music. Like, you cannot put this person as, oh, that's just some Bermudian art. No, this is a big time Bermudian artist. And so I hope that you all understand the hype. And I know you're going to be right me saying, oh, Jamal, I get it. But we've got Nicole Walker says, Aalai has such a sweet voice. Saw her performance once, but she didn't sing her songs. So the next time Bootsy sent a show up flyer out, I requested he asked Aalai to sing her own songs, heard, letter, live. Okay.
Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, right. Before you head out, as you look ahead, what continues to fuel your passion for music? Because I'll be honest, sometimes we just wake up and say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to try something different. What keeps you going? And also, what can we expect next? Any new music coming up?
Of course, more music, more vibes. I would say what drives me to do this is the creative process. I enjoy writing. I like writing poetry. I like writing anything that makes me feel. I like meeting people. I like building new connections. So my goal, along with having timeless music, is to continue to create. And my creativity isn't capped at music. I can't draw, but I like to draw. I can't really paint, but I try it. I like to do art projects with fashion and things like that. So even if it's not music, it will be always creative. Music is in me. Music's not going anywhere. But I could see myself grow into a larger songwriter. I could see myself assisting on music video sets. It
Mhm.
whatever is creative, whatever makes me feel, whatever makes other people feel and connect, I'm good. I'm happy.
Indeed. Thank you so much for
Thank
having this
you.
conversation. I really I've enjoyed it. I look forward to hearing more music that you've released, and please let us know. Keep us abreast. We'd like to make sure that our audience is aware and knows where to go, when to go get it, and also live performances. We'd love to be there to support you when you're performing locally and overseas. So just let us know, and we will be there to support you, be behind you, and shouting, "I know her," even if we don't. That's what we're gonna do because that's what Bermudians do.
Thank
That's
you.
my country. Yeah, that's what we do. So, Aalai, thank you. And
Thank
also,
you.
before we go,
Yes.
like I have to add this. You all know I don't get on the gram. I think they still say the gram to young people. I don't get on the gram like I used to. Like she has one of the best pages. Tell them that thing you do where you open. That's one of the cool things. You open, you read something. You.
Oh,
Yeah.
notes. Okay,
Yeah.
so I hosted my first event ever last summer. So when Dumb Dada was released, which is my soca single, for those who don't know, my first soca single last summer, I had a listening party. At the listening event, I had a little station with a little jar and note cards, and I asked those who were invited to write me a note, leave me a note. So once the summer concluded, I was supposed to read those notes after the competition. I got busy, so I didn't do them until around August. But I read those notes and shared the notes that everyone had wrote me, and then I also released my first merch item, which was acid wash, oversized graphic tee. And from that event, when I did the distribution, which was those who purchased and supported collecting their event, I had the same note station set up. So the episode is called Notes, which is, I guess, a play on word. So physically a note, but also notes like music notes. So that is a little mini series that I created myself to one, know what people are thinking and feeling. So the merch event, the listen party was people that I knew. The merch event went from people that I don't know that were just supporting me. And those words of encouragement that I get fuels me to do more. So that's kind of and I kind of planned it out as like a TV show. So I was on
Uh,
a TV show.
it's amazing because again, I don't get on the gram like that, but I've seen it, and I'm just like, man, like this is a really cool concept. And
Thank you.
it goes back to what you said earlier, like how you stay connected. A lot of people can learn from you in terms of how you're doing that. I might as well ask you, what would you say to young people? There are so many Bermudians with talent and who want to do things, but they're always waiting for an opportunity to drop. You seem like you're creating opportunity after opportunity for yourself. What would you say to those who want to get into this space? They want to release music, they want to perform, but they've had challenges making it happen.
Trust your instincts. You know what's for you. Sometimes what is for you could be just a little voice in the back of your head that you've been ignoring for a while. It does take a lot of time. Be patient, be open to learning, be adaptable. Those are like the biggest. Know that again, delayed gratification. What you're putting in now, you may not see until a year from now. But stay open, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. Even from doing this interview, I'm grateful for these opportunities because it allows me to learn. I look back on it, watch it afterwards, and say, okay, where can I improve? And then that's the next step from there. So I think you have to be prepared. The opportunities can come, but if you're not prepared for it, then you're not going to be able to keep it. You're not going to be able to hold that. So that's my best advice.
Indeed, Aalai. Thank you so much. A
Thank
star
you.
name, a star name.
Oh,
They
thank
got
you.
you. Aalai, thank you so much. Please
Thank
keep in
you.
touch. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help promote. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. Have a good one.
All right. Aalai Wolffe, folks, if you appreciated that discussion, and you're streaming with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, X, or Instagram, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Seriously, Go check her music. I want to know what your thoughts are. I don't think you'll be disappointed. She has an incredible voice, and her versatility is something you just don't see on a regular basis. We're going to take this quick break. And if you're an R&B fan from the 90s, you better not get this daily play wrong after this break. Stick with us.
Dreaming of expanding your business? With BDC's Loan Guarantee Program, we support your ambitions. Get up to 75% guarantee on bank or credit union loans up to $300,000. Just your vision and our support. Apply today and unlock new business opportunities. BDC, Bermuda Business starts here.
Looking for the best care for your pets? Novazok Feed and Supply has everything you need, from top quality foods to toys and supplies. We've got it all. Join our frequent buyer program and earn rewards every time you shop. Plus, we've been awarded the Clever Customer Initiative program for helping you save more. And don't forget, we open an hour early on Saturdays so you can get a head start on your pet care. Visit us today or shop online for easy pickup or delivery. Your pets will thank you.
For over 70 years, Bermuda Pest Control has been protecting homes and businesses island-wide. We offer a full suite of services, including rodent control, termite fumigation, and general insect control and maintenance. Our team of experts will quickly and efficiently eliminate any pest problem you may have. With Bermuda Pest Control, you can enjoy a pest-free home in no time. We're committed to providing fast, reliable, and solution-driven services for our customers. It's what we've been doing since 1952. Call Bermuda Pest Control today and say goodbye to pests for good.
Every space has a message, whether it's a store, a government office, or a doctor's waiting room. With Store Tunes Radio, transform your environment with customized music and professional messaging that keeps people informed, engaged, and at ease. Easy to use, built for organizations of every kind. Powered by Bermuda Communications Group. Store Tunes Radio, the soundtrack to better customer experiences. Visit storetunesradio.com to learn more.
The Office of Consumer Affairs protects residents by promoting fairness, safety, and transparency in the marketplace across the island. We investigate complaints, manage recalls, educate the public, and enforce consumer protection laws to ensure fair treatment for all. Our team supports consumers by resolving disputes, providing guidance, and helping residents understand their rights and responsibilities. We work with businesses to encourage compliance, ethical practices, and trust, helping create a stable and competitive economy. Through education, enforcement, and outreach, Consumer Affairs helps keep Bermuda's marketplace safe, informed, and accountable.
Welcome back to the big show. Thanks again to Aalai Wolffe for stopping by, folks. Really appreciated that discussion. Again, if you are streaming with us, give us a like, love, follow, share the link with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Folks, thanks again to the BAC group of companies, HSBC, Bermuda Medical House, Linda's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 1075, ensuring that we're able to pump through the radio areas with these most important community conversations. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, are you ready? It's a music entertainment today, and I can't find the question. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. No, don't let yourselves down. R&B. Here we go. What R&B group sings the hit songs No Scrubs and Waterfalls? I was just gonna say TLC. Yeah, like, t- I think she means TLC, not Telco. But yes, Renee Simmons, Stacey Ann Brown, Catrice Ackerman, TLC, Sherry Lynn Johnson. Yeah, you showed up. I told you it was easy. I told you it was easy. Let us know what's your favorite TLC song, audience. What's your favorite TLC song? My favorite TLC song. What about your friends? That one. That was my jam. What was your favorite TLC song? Your favorite TLC song? Please don't say Scrubs. Please don't say Scrubs. Dr. Anthony Richardson says I was trying to recall the CD. Okay, all right. What was that album called with Scrubs on it? Renee Simmons said it came out wrong. She said Telco. Yeah, what about your friends? That's Dr. Anthony Richardson's favorite as well. Okay. Sherilyn Johnson says Waterfalls, favorite TLC song. Let us know, audience, what's your favorite TLC song? We've got Waterfalls, Renee Simmons. So the guys on the What About Your Friends and the ladies on Waterfalls, it seems. Stacey Ann Brown says Unpretty. Yep. I loved Chili's voice on Unpretty. I really, really loved that. All right, folks. Sleigh Ride was a hit. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And then she said it was a Happy New Year. Yeah, that was a hit. That was a good one. That was on LaFace Christmas album back in the day. All right, folks, we got to wrap it up. We got to go. But real quickly, as far as today's discussion about tourism, Bermuda's in a tough place, right? We discussed tourism enough, a lot, to the point that we should have some solutions by now. But we keep doing the same things over and over and literally expecting different results. That's never going to go well. It doesn't go well for us. So I would challenge those who are in tourism to do better. And that starts with the board, the executives, and the employees. Working hard, unfortunately, isn't enough. That's the reality. Working hard isn't enough. People want results, and the work that you do, the results are in whether or not people are able to live and support themselves and their families. As far as the conversation with LA, I love talking to talented Bermudians. When I was coming up and people wanted to go into entertainment, the actors or actresses or singers or entertainers, they were always told, no, there's no opportunities here. To see Bermudians based in Bermuda releasing music and that music go international tells me that it can be done. To take, we're talking small town Bermuda. It's amazing. And I really, really appreciated her advice to young people. Thank you, Aalai, for making time for us. And I know we're going to, folks, once you hear her music, you'll get it. But I know we're going to get some really, really special music going forward. She's a storyteller with a talent to tell you that story in song. All right. Got to give you some daily inspiration before we head out. I'm going to use this one. Another Jesse Jackson quote. He says, the only justification for ever looking down on somebody is to pick them up. Yeah, love that one. Love that one. Do with that what you will, folks. All right, audience, it's time to let you go, but please do not forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical House, Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 1075 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. I'm Jamel Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. We are Izelle. Peace.